Lawrence.
I can always do a second speech. I'm doing table topics, but if somebody else wants to do table topics, I can jump in and do a quick speech, and then I can give them my table topics, and they would probably enjoy it.
I'll take table topics.
You'll take table topics?
Somebody else will be grammarian. Anybody want to be grammarian? That's easy. Volunteers?
Volunteers for grammarians?
Nobody wants to be?
Nobody wants to be grammarian. I can be both. I'll give table topics and speak. I can do that. 5 to 7 minute table topic. That's what I'll do.
I'll be grammarian.
I got the grammarian if he's going to do.
I'm going to do table time. I'm going to take this table time. I'm going to be grammarian.
Oh, you can take grammarian?
The second speaker.
And you want me to be?
Table time.
Okay.
I said you can do
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so you're going to do table topics?
Sure.
Okay.
What, do you have a set of table topics, Lawrence?
Yes, I have some table topics if you want them.
Okay, because I do too. If you don't,
That's fine. I had a grab bag.
Oh, a grab bag.
Grab bag, and I was thinking things like, this is the most important memory in your life, or,
Okay.
something.
Maybe I'll
on
mix
that
it up.
line.
I'll use some of yours.
Yeah, that'll work.
Now, see, we have
However you feel.
roles filled. Now we'll just go through the duties and responsibilities of the roles, starting with the grammarian. I'll be fulfilling the role of grammarian. Responsibility of the grammarian. You have to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is dizen. And dizen means in a place of occupancy. Where you stay. Dizen. Let's verify that. Denizen. An inhabitant or a resident. A person who regularly frequents a place. Like we are denizens of this Toastmasters club, regular participants. Also, my responsibilities include keeping count of how many people use the word of the day, how many ums and ahs for the words are used by each individual speaker. And those primarily are the responsibilities of the grammarian. Now moving to the general evaluator, duties and responsibilities.
My role as a general evaluator is to evaluate the meeting as a whole, along with the evaluation staff, which includes the grammarian, the iconer, and the evaluators for each speech. So I think we have 2 prepared speeches tonight, and I'll just be responsible for making sure everything flows as it should, according to the agenda.
Thank you. Duties and responsibility of tabletop master.
Okay, the table topic master, it's a fun job. What you do is you pick topics and you call people's names, and they are supposed to try to come up and speak on the topic for 2 minutes. It's what do you pronounce it?
Extemporaneous.
Extemporaneous. So whatever subject I come up with, you try to speak for 2 minutes if you can, but you can always change the subject if you like, but it's good if you can, like if I throw out Chinese literature, maybe you can speak 2 minutes on that, or whatever. We'll try to find some stuff like that. But anyway, so you try to speak for 2 minutes, and it's kind of an enjoyable thing. So hopefully I'll come up with some decent topics.
Okay, thank you. Next responsibility is the timer.
We're like counted up just 30 minutes before time. Maybe agenda, one time is a star, one time is
Okay, basically what you're saying is that you're going to take time of the speakers as well as your table topic.
oh yeah.
Okay. We will be having 2 speakers. Our first speaker will be Heather Trish, and she will be speaking about approaching fulfillment, which I'm looking forward to hearing. Please help me welcome Heather Trish.
5 to 7 minutes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Some months ago, I found myself unsatisfied with the way I was living, unsatisfied with the status quo. I always wanted to be doing something, but it seemed like everyone else didn't. Whenever I would ask what they did for fun, the answer 90% of the time would be sleep or watch TV, whereas I would say something like playing music, acting, or dancing. To me, I wasn't getting the most out of life. This was also related to the way I saw things and what I chose to digest in my mind. But after employing 3 techniques, I feel incredible and glad that I'm able to enjoy life and the world around me. These 3 techniques include seeing oneself physically, controlling one's eye level, and having an objective attitude. When I thought about how I could be happier and indulge in life's beauties, I found that a big barrier was how I saw myself. I'm not ashamed to admit that I have a great sense of pride, and I do love myself. But even with that, I would always be my harshest critic. I would continually seek validation in myself in concern of the physical things. My focus on my appearance kept me from enjoying life, as instead I would place too much worry on how I looked. After deciding not to look at myself, I have almost completely let go of so much anxiety and have learned to embrace my surroundings and see the beauty of the world. In other words, this has played a huge part in releasing almost all of the stress that I had before. With this, I was able to let go of trying to meet supposed standards, as I adopted one of my favorite mantras, compare and despair. Moving on, I remember thinking about walking around school or in a hall and finding it difficult to look at someone or keep my head up as I passed them. I thought it was strange, but I noticed it in a lot of other people too. I think this could partially be related to excessive reliance on one's phone, but besides that, it seemed to be a big social anxiety. It was difficult to keep my head up. Physically, I would shake a little bit. Yet, after keeping my head up about 10 degrees, I found that my confidence grew so much. I would relate this to the idea of embodied cognition. The form of our body can subconsciously alter our mind. Not only that, but in doing this, I soon learned to make eye contact unflinchingly, and smiling even became much easier, whereas before it would be incredibly uncomfortable. This in mind with the fact that I see myself as quite introverted by nature. Lastly, I decided to take on an objective attitude, mainly for the purpose of self-growth. I would relate this to UFC fighter Ronda Rousey. I saw in her something I had seen in myself years ago. She was objective. She wanted to be better. She wasn't in a competition. She wasn't embarrassed. She was self-nurturing. These were rare traits of one that can embrace failure instead of fear it, of one that humbles himself and asks questions without concern of being embarrassed. Me keeping my chin up gradually helped me see there wasn't anything scary about looking someone in the eye. And because of that little change, I am immeasurably more confident and happy with the choices that I make. Additionally, I don't apologize often for small things or accidents, and I mostly use positive language. I think it's also important to mention that there can be a lot of drama that I'm forced to be by on a daily basis. In these situations, I tell myself, I am a professional, which also helps me to be objective and avoid unnecessary turmoil for the degradation of others and thus myself. In conclusion, I don't see these tips as very conventional or common among what you might read on an article online. I see these tips as things that have genuinely helped me to be the person I want to be, on track to living the life I want to live. I don't believe it's ever too late to live a little happier and decide to focus on the good things. Besides my being fairly positive in general, doing these things has helped me to affirm to myself that there's no one I'd rather be than me. I feel able to accept myself for the good and the bad in a larger sense of understanding. I hope you may consider these tips for your own well-being if you see that any of this relates to you. And with that, good luck. Mr. Toastmaster.
Those are some valuable tips. Letting go and just be willing to present yourself and how people accept you for who you present yourself as. Good tips. I'll be using some of those. Next, we'll have our second speaker, will be Lawrence. Lawrence, how do you speak?
It's going to be number 3 from the Competent Communicator, Get to the Point. And the name of the speech is Goals and Dreams.
Okay, right along with the flip. Okay, great. Let's hear it from Lawrence.
Strange as it may seem, it wasn't really planned this way. But luckily, tonight we get a little bit of self-fulfillment in our speeches. My speech is going to be about goals and dreams. Most people find it very difficult not knowing where they're going. You never know when you've arrived if you don't know where you're going. So, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest, most people think that goals are desires to get something, to be something, to acquire things. But goals can be much more than that. Goals can be a level of self-fulfillment, can be a step to higher realization of yourself. There are many things that you can do with goals. But if you want to fulfill your goals, the first thing you have to do is know where you're going. It's not just a goal, I want to have more money. Well, everybody wants that. It's not a goal to want to get a better education or to get a better job. A goal is having something concrete, someplace that you really want to go. I want to have a job that brings me fulfillment, that fulfills my desire for whatever it is that you're looking for in life. I want a job that's going to give me a certain amount of money so that I can fulfill the desire to have things, or the desire to be able to give more so that other people can have things, or whatever. We all have different desires. We all have different needs and wants. But until we know the direction that we have to go, we're never going to get there. And the only way to know the direction that we have to go is to know where we're going. Okay? Many times, people look at his goals as dreaming. Okay? Their dreams, they're sitting around in their easy chair at the house with their cold drink and relaxing and thinking about all the wonderful things that coulda, shoulda, woulda, if. But that's not a goal. You're never going to reach anywhere sitting in an easy chair with a cold drink. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Maybe if you're lucky, but most people don't. Okay? On the other hand, those that define dreaming as seeing things bigger and better and more glorious for themselves and for everyone around them, these are the people that bring results because they know where they're going. My belief is that dreams and goals are intertwined. They're like a ball. They have to be together to roll comfortably along. To me, a goal is how you get there. The dream is where you're going. And so, That's the steps you have to take. In order to get to any place, you first need to know where you're going. You second need to take the first step. Then the second step. And one step after another, one day you will reach the goal. It may actually change the goal over time, but you're going to reach something. So, what kind of dreams should we look for? Well, there's the easy dreams. Okay. Well, I want to have instead of having an iced tea at dinner time, I want to have a nice glass of expensive wine. That's an easy goal. You go out, you buy it, it's done. But that's not a real goal. A real goal, a real purpose is something that's higher. Maybe something that's a little bit beyond what you think you can do. A little bit beyond. Dream higher. Dream bigger. There's a famous story that you might remember about a crazy old man riding around on a donkey trying to kill the monsters in the countryside. And this is one of my favorite songs from way, way long ago. It was to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear the unbearable sorrows, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. My fellow Toastmasters, guests, my friends, always reach for the unreachable star.
For lack of vision, the people perish. It's important to have a goal. Thank you, Lawrence, for giving us some tips on how to achieve our goals. At this time, we're going to move to a little lighter aspect of the meeting. We have our Tabletopers master, Woody Harrison, coming in. Have you guys like that. Have an opportunity.
All right, see if we can make this some fun. We're going to start out with Lawrence's bag of tricks here.
Okay.
Okay, what's your name?
Justin?
Justin,
Yes.
come up here.
All right.
I would like for you, Justin, to reach into this bag of Lawrence's tricks, pull something out, and see if you can talk about it for 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay, good luck.
Yes.
Oh, okay, now you got it.
Well, good evening. When I look at these beads, it makes me think of Mardi Gras. It's Mobile tradition, going way back. Great event. If you've never been, go downtown and check it out. It's a whole lot of fun. The only problem is I work downtown, and when that's going on, it makes it a real hassle to get to and from work, but it's definitely worth it. At Mardi Gras, one of the traditions, they throw a lot of beads, they throw a lot of cheap candy, they throw moon pies. Nothing really good, but still, it's a lot of fun to collect it. And I still enjoy eating the real lousy cheap candy. But they have a lot of great floats. It's a big party. Mobile is a little more laid back than a lot of cities. New Orleans, is famous for Mardi Gras, even though Mobile's home. But the Mobile's Mardi Gras is much more family-oriented, a little lower key, even in the evenings. Really good event. If you've never been, you should go. Thanks.
Very good. All right. How do you turn this thing off?
The little button, just push it.
Okay. Let's go with one of Maurice's here.
Second line.
Okay, this is a good one. Let's see.
Steven?
Stephen, okay. Stephen, this is from Maurice. Let's see if you can give us 2 minutes on this.
Okay.
What is the one thing you would most like to change about the world? 2 minutes.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. If there was one thing that I could change about the world, it would have to be that we got a little bit more vacation instead of work time. Often, especially in America, we spend the majority of our lives slaving and working in an office or at a construction site or whatever it may be, and we lack the time to just enjoy life a little bit. We don't get the opportunity to go on vacations and to travel and to see other places. So if I could change one thing about the earth or about society, it would be that we would get more vacation time, and with that vacation time, each person would get at least 4 free flights around the earth per year. You can go anywhere you want, whether it be Italy, Hong Kong, Russia, or the other side of America. Each person would get 4 flights. So you get more vacation time, you get to travel, and you would also get a stipend for when you travel. It's going to help economies in other countries because it'll force people to spend money. So you get to travel, you get to experience, and it's also going to create more economy across the world. So if I could change one thing about the earth, that's what I would change. I believe it would make us a better society, it would make us better people, we would enjoy life a little bit more. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll throw one out there. Tammy, am I saying that right? Come up here and tell us, do you think the Republican Party should Donald Trump, that he should drop out of the race? Give us your 2 cents on that. This ought to be good, huh?
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. I have the daunting task of explaining my view on politics. As I am becoming more and more involved in politics, it's quite a hard time for America as we elect, whether it be our first female president, or we elect someone who is quite brash, has a temperament problem, who may not get along with people, who is quite divisive. But those are his opinions, and we may not agree with those opinions. We may not agree that Donald Trump is a respectable commander-in-chief or about to be a commander-in-chief, but no, I don't think that he should drop out. Am I gonna vote for him? No, but I think that this is America. This is not a dictatorship. And one of the things that people like so much about America is the fact that we have the right to express ourselves, and we have a right to worship and have our own opinions. But no, I don't think that he should drop out of the race, even though some of his comments are very demeaning and not inclusive, and it's not something that I think the average American wants to want to have other nations looking at us saying, are the American people going to elect this person? But no, because I think it's a free country, and we say that we embrace everyone. So I think that no, you should not leave the race.
All right, very good, very good, very good. Not a problem. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the bag. Julius, come here.
All that vacation time?
is a lock. The thing about a lock is, if you don't know how to open it, it can keep you trapped. And we've been talking tonight about goals, and we've been talking about fulfilling yourself. And once you learn how to really get a grasp on what you want to achieve, you'll begin to unloosen the lock of the things that hold you back in your life. Once you know you have something bigger waiting on the other side of the lock, then your energy and motivation is inspired to achieve those things. Fulfillment is what we all want. And if we allow the things that hold us back or keep us trapped, then we'll never get an opportunity to experience fulfillment. And if we don't realize that we can break our chains, even though at the time it seems like it's impossible, but if we keep tugging and keep pulling, keep growing, keep making advancements, eventually, even though it may seem like you're never going to get it open, but you keep pushing, you keep struggling, you're struggling, you're struggling. Because without the struggle, there's no progress. So we have to continue to struggle, and continue to struggle. No matter how long it seems, it might be impossible, but you have to continue to struggle. Then for the next thing you know, you get people pulling for you because they know that if you continue struggling and pulling, there's a possibility is still there, even if you don't get a chance to achieve your goal. Just as long as that you are continue to struggle, you're winning. You're winning. You're winning. You're winning. Mr.
There you go. Hey, I'm inspired now. Okay, that was good. That was good. Okay, let's go back to Maurice's list. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. Kedrick. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? This is from our friend Maurice. So I'll read them. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? That's a tough one.
Okay, that is a tough one. Thank you, Table Topics Master, fellow guests, and honored Toastmasters. Maurice, this is a very difficult question that I've been asked to see if I can come up with an answer for. And I believe that I would reread this again. Okay, I would say I would never be able to make new ones, because most of your old memories, especially the good ones, you want to be able to hold on to those and retain them. You know, memories are, I guess you can think about like a photograph. You have good times and bad times that are associated with pictures. Through imagery, you can create those memories and say, man, I remember when I went to Disney World back in 1995. This was my first time going with my family, and it was just a memorable experience. Versus being able to not create new memories. The new memories may not be as good as the ones that you currently have. So, I mean, if you could create new ones and they were not as good, I think it'd be a bad experience overall. So, in summation, I guess that being able to retain those old memories and not being able to create any new ones will be my best approach for the question. What do you guys think? Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Let's go back to the bag. What we can do here. Maybe I'll take that log. Okay, good luck with that.
I'll time you.
You have me. Hi everyone. Today I just go to the dentist clinic. And clean my teeth. I have a story about my teeth. Last Thanksgiving night, I'm walking my dog. My dog is suddenly very excited. I don't know why, and it just run away, and I lose my balance, and I fall down. And hit my teeth hit on the counter, and then my teeth loose. That's my dog gave me the Thanksgiving gift. But I still love him because it's a good dog. It's a cute dog. That's it.
Okay. Does our visitor want to participate? Do you want?
I can.
Okay, sure, okay. Let's see. Let me just make something up. What would you like to gain from Toastmasters if you came on a regular basis?
51 seconds.
And you're
I'm Katie.
Katie, okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie. I think what I'm looking to gain is meeting new people. I've only been in Mobile about 2 years now, and I'm still developing that circle of friends outside of out of church and work. That's kind of when work and church overlap. You have a very small circle, and so meeting new people as well as sharpening my language. I've developed. I love what I do, and I work with families, and but I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes my passion for the program, I just like want to tell you all about it, and like just I like keep talking, and then I think you get lost in the details, and so finding a way to kind of sharpen our mission and our purpose and how we're able to serve others is really kind of in the umming that I'm doing right now, but just to kind of develop the presentation style and to really help grow what I'm doing here in Mobile. So that's what I'm hoping to do.
Thank you very much. Did you do one, Maurice?
I could do one.
Okay. If you could change this presidential race and change the dialogue completely to something you think that it should be about, what would you do? Come up here and give us.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, if I were able to change the dialogue of the election or change the complexity of the election, given what we already have prior to the primaries, I would just change the candidates to both candidates to ones that are more quote unquote conventional for each party. One where, well, you're going to have debates and you're going to have disagreements between the two candidates, no matter how well tempered the candidates are, because they have different viewpoints. But this could be a better election season than it is. And I don't, and like Tammy said, I don't mind that people have differences of opinion. That's not what steams me up or anything. But I wish this were a better election season than it is now. Top master.
Okay, very good. Ditto, I would change both candidates. That's not really my decision. Everybody got a chance to speak, right?
I didn't do one, but.
Oh, you didn't do it? Okay, well, let's find something for you. Let's go back, we'll go back to the bag.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get back.
Okay, we'll do the bag again. All right. Okay, there you go.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today I'm going to be talking about the mallard duck. So if any of y'all have been out to the Delta in Mobile, off the bridge, you see it daily if you commute from Eastern Shore to Mobile. I'm not sure if we have this kind of duck, but I do see other kind of ducks out there swimming around in the bay, having a good time. You know, I kind of envy the duck when I see it. As I'm driving by headed to work, I wish I could be out fishing or paddleboarding out in the Delta. Duck's got a good, easy life, and sometimes it would be nice to be a duck. All right, thank you.
Except for the alligators.
Yeah.
Other than the alligator. Okay, I guess everybody got a chance to speak. Okay, at this point, I will relinquish the lecture back to our Toastmaster, Julius. Thank you all for participating.
Thank you, Woody. There were some good topics. Everybody had the opportunity to speak, which is good. At this time, we're going to move to the evaluation portion of the meeting. Evaluation is very important. If we want to grow, we need to be evaluated. And our lead evaluator is going to be Keitra.
My name is Toastmaster. Okay, so for the evaluation portion tonight, we have several different things that we're going to cover. The first thing is going to be the evaluation of our two speakers. Our first speaker was Heather, and her evaluation will be performed by Cody. And the second speaker, which is Lawrence, and I'll be doing his evaluation. Following that, we'll have the timers reports from Ewing. Next, we'll have the grammar report and the eye counter from Julius. And that will conclude our evaluation session. So Cody, if you want to lead us off with the first evaluation. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, I'm evaluating Heather's speech on approaching fulfillment. So I'll go over the categories that she was supposed to try to lead on this speech. So, was this speech topic appropriate for the particular assignment? I thought so. Did well on that. Did the speaker use simple, short, clear words? Yes, very clear. The words were pronounced well. Thought it was very easy to understand. Did the speaker use vivid and descriptive words? Yes. Wide variety of words that were very well inputted to get your point across. Did the speaker use words that had more than one meaning or were inaccurate? Didn't seem confusing to me. I thought that was fine. The speaker's sentences were short, simple, understandable. Yes. Good sentence structure. Didn't have any really long sentences that were tough to follow. Did the speaker use rhetorical devices to enhance his or her ideas? Yes. Good job on that. Did the speaker avoid jargon and unnecessary words? Yes, it was, like I said, a clear speech. Did the speaker use proper grammar and pronunciation? Yeah, good job on that. Was the speech purpose clear? Yes. Was the speech effectively organized? Yep. Okay, had a beginning and a body and a closing statement. Okay, what could you have done differently to make the speech a little more effective? Well, like I said, I thought it was very clear, well structured, put together. Maybe a little more voice inflection. And I don't know if you were doing hand gestures from my angle, so maybe a little more hand gestures. But other than that, it was good. What I liked about it, I really liked the topic. It was an interesting topic. Just good practical tips on how to make yourself more confident and a better just all-around leader and just have a happier life. So that was good. And great job at organization and use of descriptive words. That was good. Thank you.
Cody. Okay, next is the evaluation for Lawrence's speech, which I'll be giving. So Lawrence's speech was get to the point, and it's from the Competent Communication Manual. So there are basically 10 different properties that we could rate this speech on. So the first one is the general purpose of the speech. Was it clear? I said yes, I thought it was. Fulfilling the goals and the dreams. Not really sure if you guys planned it, but I thought it was very interesting how the two of you guys' speeches kind of tied together, and then in conjunction with the table topic Julia said tonight. So I just thought, I know maybe it's a huge coincidence, but I thought it was a good fit for everything tonight. The next property for the speech, was the purpose of the speech clear? I said yes, I thought it was. Lawrence explained to us what a goal was and what a dream was, the difference, and how to achieve each, basically the steps to get there. Was the speech organized, or did the speech organization support the purpose of the speech? I put yes, I thought it did. So I'm not going to go through all these. One main thing that, and this is just a personal thing that I like to hear when people are speaking, I believe that if you add a personal touch to your speech, it's more relatable. So I thought if you could have added what goals and what dreams you may have had or set for yourself, and then said what steps you took to achieve them, I thought that would have really brought it home. So, other than that, I thought the speaker was very excited and passionate about the subject, and I think I guess it's something you could just apply to your everyday life. I'm not sure if this is something you made up or if you got off a Hallmark card or something, but a goal is how you get there and a dream is where you're going. I think that resonates a lot, so very pleased with that. So that concludes my evaluation for your speech, Lawrence. So next we have the timers report from Ewing.
The meeting is done, and the program is about 7:08. And the first speaker is Beth. All right.
That's fine.
It's 5 minutes, 5 minutes and second. The second speaker, Lawrence, is 6 minutes, 36 seconds. And the table topic, first one is this gentleman, he is 58 seconds. Speaker two, Stephen, is 1 minute 22 seconds. And the lady, Jamie, sorry, it's 1 minute 58 seconds. And Julie, is 1 minute 45 seconds. And Kendra is 1 minute 48. Me, no, not me. Yeah, that's it. It's 1 minute 3 seconds. And our guest is 47 seconds. And the president is 1 minute 17 seconds. And Cody, right? Because I'm leaving Cody wrong. So 43 seconds. And the evaluator, first evaluator used 2 minutes, and the second evaluator used 2 minutes, 7 seconds.
All right, thank you, Ewing. All right, next Julius will provide us with the grammarian's report and the eye counters report.
What's the word of the day? I heard it one time, I used it. That's what everybody. For us, odds and arms, Kendrick, I had 2. 1 odd, 1 home. Cody, 3 R's. Justin, you used the word but 3 times. Stephen, 2 R's. And that'll be it for us, odds and homes. Everybody else do pretty good. Wait.
Sure. Thank you, Julius. Okay, just a side bit on the overall meeting. I think everything started on time. I think there was some confusion to begin with, but the roles were filled before we started rolling the agenda. Woody, good job on the table topics. And Lawrence, with your bag of table topics. They're very interesting. Additionally, it's just good to see a room full of fresh faces in here. I know it's kind of been hit or miss lately, so it's good to see the room is full, and hope the guests continue to come, and welcome to any new members that have joined. And I will relinquish the lecture back to the Toastmasters.
All right, great job by the graduation team. At this time, I'm going to introduction back to the president.
Okay, since we have 11 minutes left, or a little less than 11 minutes left, I will go into an educational overview, and it's coming from the current issue, the October 2016 issue of Toastmaster magazine, and it is the viewpoint, or the editorial from the international president, and it's entitled "Show Up for Yourself and Others." As a follow-up to my initial viewpoint column last month, I intend to explore each of the promises in the Toastmasters promise individually, to look at how our commitment affects our self-development, our fellow members, and the quality of our clubs. The first promise is to attend club meetings regularly. This seemingly simple promise is the keynote to a quality club in that it empowers all members to achieve their individual goals. Do you remember your first Toastmasters meeting? As a guest, you probably felt a little apprehensive and unsure of what to expect. Was there a warm greeting, a sense of energy and excitement in the room, and an air of confidence as a result of being in a positive and safe environment? In other words, did you find yourself among a dynamic and supportive group of individuals? If you answered yes, you are reading this as a member of a Toastmasters club. It is not by accident that clubs are chartered with 20 members. For our founder knew that to have a quality meeting, it is imperative to have sufficient numbers to put on a good show. Having 20 members allows the Vice President of Education to schedule a constantly changing roster of people to fulfill the meeting roles, and gives the members regular opportunities to advance their speaking skills. Having enough members also helps when one or two members are unable to attend a meeting due to personal reasons such as family, business, or health issues. Therefore, it is every member's responsibility to attend meetings regularly. Continued low attendance limits the effectiveness and growth of both the member and the club. Each member should strive to be as active as possible. It is not the number of members on the books, but the number of active members attending each meeting that defines a healthy club. As such, it is each member's commitment to the first promise to attend meetings regularly that sets the cornerstone for success. As club members, we each have a part to play to ensure quality meetings in an atmosphere of fun and enjoyment. Ask yourself, am I doing my part to fulfill my commitment, or am I failing to remember my fellow member? When a guest walks into your next meeting, will they encounter the same ambience that encouraged you to join? Make sure you are there to greet your next potential member and honor your promise. And that's from Mike Storkey, Distinguished Toastmaster, International President. At this time, does the Vice President of Education have the agenda for next week, or at least a partial agenda?
I have a partial agenda. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting forever for people to volunteer. This is one of the next things that's probably going to happen in his startup speeches there, and that's going to be membership participation. And one of the things we have to do as members is to get where we feel comfortable volunteering for any position that is available to be done. right now, all I have is one speaker. That's going to be Luke Green. Said he will be here next week to be a speaker. Don't know exactly what he's going to speak on, but he'll be the 9th of his Competent Communicators Manual. So he's very soon going to be up for his Competent Communicator pin. Woohoo! Now, as far as everything else, it is all open, and I'm more than willing to take suggestions from anyone who has something that they want to do. Remember, all of you have a competent leadership list of things that you can do. And if you go down that list, you can find the things that will bring you forward in towards your competent leadership pin. So please do that. Yes, ma'am. You want to do table topics? Okay, we will get you into table topics. If I can get you in. I'm not sure. I'll have to do that. Okay, I'll get you in there for table topics.
I'll be a general evaluator.
Okay, good. A general evaluator. Okay, we'll get you in there. Uh-oh, I gotta remember, make sure I get the right one here. Sometimes I get the wrong Stephen. And timer. She is our favorite timer of all time.
I can evaluate a speech if you want.
And you can do an evaluation. Would you like to be the GE also?
I can. if you want.
Okay, well, you just became GE and an evaluator. Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry. Didn't you just say you were going to
Yeah,
be
he
a
said
general
just
evaluator?
GE.
Never
That's
mind.
not what I meant, but I'll do it.
So you want to be an evaluator and a general evaluator, or just an evaluator?
I'll be a general evaluator. I'll have
Okay.
to read
And I'll
over
evaluate his
how to do
speech.
it, but I'll do it.
You just evaluate, go down the list and do the evaluations.
I got it.
Okay. Do you have a mentor?
I do not.
Do you have a mentor? Who else does not? Do you have a mentor?